Hello everyone, and welcome back to the Jalip tribe. We are here with our two stormy-eyed seers, and I'm very excited to say that many of you guys actually seem to really like the idea of keeping just one special blind creature in our tribe when we go to the next island, so that we can maybe use them as some sort of seer. We can add a little bit of a story twist to things. You guys know how much I love adding stories to all of the different animals that we add into our tribe, so I'm hoping that that might be a good idea. It doesn't make sense to keep the blind eye trait, and I would want to try to make sure that we would isolate it so it would only be in one specific spot, but I think it would be fun. It doesn't have to make sense in order to be fun, but it is interesting to see that over here where we have Rianako and we have Kirokir, they are now sort of isolated. They're not able to gather any of the berries off of this berry bush because they can't see anything, and little Dukdukro abandoned them in order to go over here and attack a rabbit, as a young creature probably would. He would be like, oh, there's a rabbit, and dash after it, and I have no idea that he has completely left his older brother and his distant cousin completely helpless. They have nothing to do but stand here on the fallen bones of the creatures that came before them. You have to admit, this is kind of a bit of a sad picture. He's just sitting on top of their bones. But thankfully we have new little Rayla, and Rayla is actually Raylara's daughter, and she is going to probably go on to the next island because she will carry on the chocolate chip cookie legacy. I really feel like Relayra and Rila here, oh my gosh, their names are so tricky. I feel like these two here, as the daughter and the grandchild of Chocolate Chip, kind of have inherited things pretty well. So I think that'll go over pretty well to send Rila over to the next island. She sort of reminds me of a chocolate chip cookie, but not quite. She kind of reminds me more of a cupcake for some reason. So I might just call her like chocolate cupcake or something. We'll have to figure it out. I'm going to send her over here, and she can actually assist her older brother Kirokir in gathering up all of these berries. So Kirokir will go ahead and gather up the berries. Rilera is going to become pregnant with Nuvan again. Nuvan is actually getting very old. He got sick when he was younger, and so he is a little bit low on his health. He won't live as long as I wish he could, because they have some interesting babies. Unfortunately, a blind child, but also they have some other really healthy children too. And we're getting to the point, you guys, where we have explored the entire island, and it is a rainy day. So we're going to spend some time gathering up as much of the food as we can possibly carry, and then picking which creatures we will send to the next island. I have never gone to the next island. You guys have been with me literally every step of my niche journey, so I have no idea what is going to happen next. And I try not to look at too many things. I don't watch anybody else play. I don't read too many comments that give away spoilery things, so this is going to be a big surprise for me. But down here, let's see what we have going on. Ah, that's right. We had the birth of a brand new, very powerful little creature, Duke Rovan, and he is going to be pretty interesting, and I have a feeling he may be the next leader, even though I thought it would be his brother Kiro, or I thought it would be their cousin over here, Vanro. I kind of feel like Vanro would be a strong leader, but the other thing is, not Anara, not his mother, but Duke Rovan, he actually has 4 berry picking, 2 attack, and 2 attack with his fangs. So he is currently across the board the strongest of all the creatures in the Jalip tribe. So we'll have to see what happens there. But his mother Anara is definitely needing to have another child, and I think he actually even carries the, he has the H gene, so he has a rare genetic factor too. So yeah, Duke Rovan here has become one of the most important creatures we have in the tribe. So we'll have to keep a good eye on the little one. And I have to remember the warnings you guys have given me that on the new islands, I'm going to have to be very careful about leaving our babies unattended. All right, so let's go ahead and give the tree a good shake, and we'll go ahead and collect up the food here. And then there's food to be collected over here as well. Tavan, I've really wanted to pass on his strength, and what makes him strong is his ram horns, his claw. So his claw adds to, is it his body? Yeah, and his normal body that adds a little bit of strength. So all of these things up here across the board have given him a bit of strength, and he has immunity B and D. So I was going to be looking for a female. The only one that we have nearby is Kosi with A and I immunity, and I need her to have her baby. But unfortunately we don't have an empty nest because she just had little Lako. Lako has immunity I, thank goodness. So we're really starting to get some of the immunity genes. The I and the H I was really trying to pin down, but we do have A and then D. So we're looking for B and C, I think are the only two that we don't have represented, and G I think is one of them. So we'll have to see if we can get all of the immunity genes represented. That being said, Nukvanku, he's got really good movement. He really does. Nukvanku is not that low level. I think we might send him over. He might be one that we'll consider. I do love the fact that he has spots. For some reason, I'm really into the spots and more brown fur, brown eyes this time around. But we'll send him over here, gather up this food, because why not? And we'll go ahead and gather up some berries. And are you pregnant? Oh, Vanta is about to pass away, you guys. That's right. Vanta is about to pass away. That's going to be really, really sad. And Larila is going to pass away. Hopefully she'll give birth before she passes away, but we may end up with an empty nest all of a sudden. So let's move Lana over. Lana has just given birth to little Von here, who also has immunity I, and Von is actually really great at collecting. He's kind of like the bare minimum for what I would want to send across, like 3, 4, 3 on his stats. Healthy eyesight. He does have blind eyes, but he doesn't have any no paw, and he has healthy immunity. So 2 out of 3 of the health factors he checks out with. So we're going to go ahead and send Lana, maybe right here, and we'll have her get pregnant with Vanta, who's about to pass away. And then Anala has been waiting to have Vanta's baby for quite a while, so we'll rotate her onto the nest when we can. We also have Analala, just in case you guys couldn't get like more confused with Anala, and then Analala over here. She is also pregnant, and she's pregnant with Duknu's child. We are trying to make sure we pass on the H immunity gene, but since I already have a couple over here with H immunity that I really like for possibly sending to the next island, now it looks like I'm actually looking for things like B's and G's. Taduk here. Unfortunately, see, his skills just aren't that high. He's basically the same as his uncle, Nurokduk over here. So their skills just aren't that high, and I don't know if I'll send them down. Tavan, I would love to see his strength passed on. And B and D immunities. Let's see. Let's go ahead and we're going to change the markings to orange on the ones I'm thinking of sending over. And we'll go ahead and change this Von row back to green. He's the only one with orange. He was our scout, and he has fully explored everything. He's explored every piece of the island, so we don't need him to have the light on his chest anymore. And this little Von row has A and F immunity, so that's good. And Kiro has G and B, so A, F, G, B. I almost want to write this down. And then we have D and H. In fact, I'm looking for like a piece of paper right now, because I know so many of you guys would probably absolutely go bonkers if I don't get it right. And then just to let you guys know, I am preparing to go on vacation for Thanksgiving right now. So if I don't take any of your little facts, like if I don't take any of the tips, the facts, the advice in, or I don't put your fan art up, it's not because I don't want to. I probably recorded this days before you said anything. And I'm currently enjoying a wonderful Thanksgiving with my beloved and his family. And then we have Kiro right over here. So yeah, don't get too upset if I don't react to your suggestions. I'm probably out of town right now. And check my Twitter to be sure. But I wanted to say that because people get so mad if I don't like follow through on some of your tips. But remember, I'm also trying to learn too. All right, and then Von row. You know what? It actually is kind of nice to be writing this down. I can't believe it. No wonder some of you guys keep track of all of our family trees. And these are all little boys, so I think I'll keep boys in one list and girls on another. So that gives us DHGBAF immunity. So don't worry, I won't bore you guys too much with the details of that, but I want to try to keep track of them. And then you have B. I don't really need B immunity. D and G I would already have with those males. And then, oh yeah, the I. So I didn't have anybody with I immunity. Do I have a little female? I think... Yes, Lako. She doesn't have a gem, so I can't change her yet, but Lako actually has the I immunity. So we're starting to piece together probably the group that we would send over. So she has I and A. because they're all young right now. And let's see, what about you? You also have I, Kuvan. So you also have I and A. Are you pretty strong? And he's pretty strong across the board. So Kuvan is a possible. For ones that I'm thinking about, we'll turn the second gem, just the second gem, into orange. So we might send him. And then little Taduk, he's just, I'm sorry, little Taduk, I don't think I would send you across. Van probably. This Kiro has good movement, but movement is something we can kind of play with. And we already would have D and G immunity. This is new. We already have I immunity with Lako and B immunity with Kiro, so we wouldn't need to send them. All right, so that's enough of that fussing around. I will just have a piece of paper to glance down at now and keep notes on. No one ever warned me that when you are in charge of monitoring the health and the longevity of so many creatures, you would actually need to take notes. I think Kalami, we might think about sending her to. G and I immunity are pretty good. I like her coloration. And she has decent movement in collecting. So we'll have her go ahead and collect from here. Nunu is too old. We don't want to probably send over very old ones. Kiroro. D and G. I already have those represented, but I think he's kind of cool. He's a little bit old though, and all he really has going for him is his movement. And those are things we can try to breed back in. All right, and what about Van Neuro? Van Neuro's got a lot of attack, but again, that's something we can try breeding back in. So unless it has to do with immunity, I don't know if we really would want to focus on it. So A, B, I don't think there's a C immunity, so I think we're okay then. And Rilera, she has to go. She has to go. Rilera, that's not optional, or excuse me, Rilera is your mother, but Rila has to go. That's not optional because she is kind of like the little heiress to the chocolate chip family, and she has A and B immunity noted. All right, so I've gotten her stuff written down. So I think that gives us a new generation of tiny young ones that we would definitely send on to the next island. That's probably a good thing. Nuvan can stay right here with Rilera. And let's see. Duktata, he's got decent stats, but I don't think we would need to send him. And then Vanku here, he's the one helping with all of these interesting babies that are being born. All right, so thank you for putting up with that, you guys. Sometimes just sorting through all of those bits and pieces are very important, because once we leave this island, we leave it. We're not coming back. And then this Kosi with D and A immunity. Now, let's see. She would be interesting. I did want to try breeding her with this Vanku, I think. I don't really remember why. Just to try it out, I think. So I'm going to send her down here. Just because this has been a good Vanku. He's been a pretty helpful chap, and he's helped out quite a bit with taking care of all of the berry bushes and clearing out the area. So it just seems nice to let him at least try to have a child, even if it may not be one that is particularly high in stats. And I do enjoy doing that too. I know some people don't, but I just like to kind of keep the family line going here and there. All right, so speaking of keeping the family line going, let's go ahead and see. I really want to see what baby Rilera has. So let's go see what her child is, and then we'll just focus on getting up to 200 food. And once we're at about 200 food, we'll see where we are and who we're going to take. What was that noise? It's a new baby! Izani! Oh no, and she's sickly. Oh, dang it, Izani. Darn. She's a little bit sickly and weak, so maybe not this one. Maybe not this one. And we'll send little Rila down here so she can help out with the berry collecting. There we go. And we'll collect up all these berries. Oh no, and she died. She passed away. She didn't manage to have her baby before she passed away. That's always so sad when they're pregnant and they don't manage to have their babies. Oh, that's so sad. Oh, and Van, your dad has passed away. I'm sorry, little Van. And actually, he is one I would be considering sending because he's got great coloration and he's healthy. He does have blind eye recessive, but I think that'd be okay. And then I'm actually going to let Lana go ahead, even though she was just in the nest, and get back in the nest again because she is older than Anala here. So Anala has basically been pregnant for like an eternity. But it's good to know that until they're on the nest, they won't give birth. So we can probably focus on keeping our females. Let's see. Let's move little Laco over. Laco, I definitely am sending you because you have a special... Can I change your color yet? Not yet, darn. She has the eye immunity gene, so we're definitely sending her. And let's send Kosi over here. Vonro, you've got to go. You're just so cool. He's also got the venomous fangs, which I like a lot. And let's see. I guess we'll go ahead and send this Kosi up to visit with her cousin Kosi. Oh, there's so many repeat names. It actually is quite fun. And then we'll let Vonku just kind of relax over here gathering berries. So lots and lots of berry picking from all of these guys. There we go. Lots of berry picking there. Kind of humbling when you have to stand inside of the nest that someone passed away in. And then let's see. Yeah, baby over here. And these two are doing the best they can to gather up the berries. I don't think anyone can gather the berries any faster, so we'll just leave them there. And then over here, Duke Rovan. We're just going to put him right at the very edge because he is the top tier, the top leader, the new generation that everybody over here who has fought for survival and fought to claim this island for so long, everybody would have to get behind this guy. He currently represents genetically kind of the cream of the cream, the creme de la creme, cherry on top of what we've been able to produce when you look at it from a genetic point of view. But I have to admit, from a story point of view, there's a lot of other creatures that stand out to me too. Like Rila. Rila stands out, her older brother Kirokir, and his possible future mate, Ryanako. They really stand out to me. Like, I just love that. I love making the story really come to life more than focusing on just the genetics. And I'm glad that you guys enjoy that too. All right, we're going to go ahead and gather up these nuts. And now it's going to be very, very interesting to see if we can manage to get enough food. So we've got a couple pregnant bellies over here. Let's go ahead and see who they have. And 2 new babies, Rovan. Oh, and he's got really good stats. So little Rovan, I and D immunity, nice. So Rovan probably has just sent himself up to kind of higher on the list. So I'll write his name down, Rovan. And we would consider him because he's got good collecting, good strength, and he also has the I and D immunity genes, and so that would be a male with I, and so we wouldn't just be depending on Leiko to pass on the I immunity gene as the female. In fact, that's probably a good idea. I wonder if we have an H immunity female. Did she? Yes, Kola! Kola was just born. Look, she's healthy across the board. Wonderful. And she's got no strength, but she's got decent collecting. So she's pretty simple. So we have Kola. And we might actually send her as well because she has the H immunity gene as a female. And right now we only had one male kind of earmarked for that. So good. All right, wonderful. Finally, Duke knew one of your children finally has the H immunity gene. It's a miracle. We've been keeping an eye on that for ages now. And then, of course, there's beautiful Lala. I love her because she really looks like her grandfather, the Dalmatian, that all of our females hounded. Do you guys remember him? Oh no! And we've had one of our creatures pass away over here. We will stand upon his grave and collect berries in his honor. All right, we'll gather up these berries. I love Rila. I really want to get everybody moving. All right, Izani, you stay here. Don't worry, no matter what, Izani, you'll be able to stay with your mother, Ilara. And we'll go ahead and line everybody up there. And then New Vanku. Let's see, what are your stats? He's got really good movement. Really good movement. He's pretty healthy. It's just he's a little bit older. Because it sounds like you really want to focus on sending the babies almost. And I'll send him over here. There's a bunny! There was a bunny! And then there wasn't a bunny. Did it go in that, like, swamp? And did something happen to it? Oh, no, there it is! But we wouldn't be able to attack it. Okay, we saw it. Oh, this is not swamp. This is shadow. This whole time I thought that was mud. Ah, that's a good thing to learn this late in the game. All right, so we'll keep an eye on those spots. We've had somebody pass away of old age back here. Always a sad thing. There we go. And a new baby who looks really beautiful. Oh, and she's got such a cool name. Korisi. Oh, why? Why does she have to have bad immunity? I'm in love with her name. I'm in love with her. Oh man. All right, we'll go ahead and scooch you over. And Kuvanku, I'm pretty sure we're gonna send you Kuvanku. I'll have to think about it. I think he's on the watch list. He's got the eye immunity gene. So that would be good to send over actually. Kuvanku, but he also has, okay, he's on the watch list. You're on the watch list. I probably am overthinking it, and we'll just have to send our creatures across and just see what we have. A female with fangs? No way! And green eyes? Mirana? Oh my gosh, and her stats are amazing. They're actually, in some ways, better than her brothers. Mirana, we're definitely going to have to send her. So Mirana, what a name. And she has like some really cool recessive genes with having the green eyes hanging out back there. And she's got D and B immunity. And we didn't have a female with D immunity listed just yet, so that's good. Poison fangs that give her a little bit of extra strength. And I hear we're going to need a lot of defense on the new islands, so that's wonderful. So we'll see how much food we can gather, you guys. But I have to admit, it's going to be a little bit of a interesting conundrum, because now we're really just sort of sitting on needing more food. I think I have the creatures I want to send over. Now we just need the food to be able to do it. Can I come over? And there we go. Tag team effort collecting up that bunny. Nice. All right. And let's go ahead and we'll make it the next turn. We'll see what kind of baby is going to be born to Rilara. And then I think... What was that noise? Was that somebody passing away? Another Vonro! Like our 1800th Vonro. And he's a little one. He's decent across the board. A and B immunity, which we would already have represented. So nothing that really stands out. So I think we really are at the point right now, you guys, where it is time to think, especially now that Rianako is old enough to breed. Definitely time to think about who we would send across. So, we don't quite have 200 food though. And you guys have definitely made me nervous about having anything less than 200. But some of you guys say 50 is fine. So I think we'll just gather up food now. And then we'll go ahead. Let's shake the tree again. We've got to have some more babies. Okay. Mirana, you go down here because you're definitely leaving with your brother. Anara, you definitely need to have more babies. Oh, that was their purring. I thought I heard a predator and I just about freaked out. Like, what? A predator here now? All right, let's gather that. And then you, buddy, you can actually move up here. And do we have all of the berries? Almost. Rovan, you're actually tagged to be sent. So we'll start moving the creatures over. That's what I think we'll start doing. Is we will start gathering up the creatures that I know I definitely want to send, like Rila. And we'll send them over to the beaches. And start preparing. And Dukdukro, you're going to resume being over here. I think we're going to get Rianako pregnant with Kirokir and send her over so that they can continue kind of their blind line, even though that seems kind of odd to a lot of people. That's just a like excessive accessory sort of pick for me. And then Kola, you were actually tagged as one of the ones to send because you have the immunity H gene, so we'll send you too. All right, so what we are going to do next, you guys, Korisiri, unfortunately you're sick, so you're probably going to be staying here. You can come and hang out by the berry bush. And we'll put you over here. Oh, Kosi, little Kosi, I'm so sorry I haven't let you have your baby yet. We'll try to let you have your baby. And then this older Kosi, I can't believe she's getting older. Oh, that's going to be so sad. We're about to lose two of our best mothers, three of our best mothers, Rilara, of this generation. And that's probably about when it's going to be time to go, you guys. So, yep, there we go. A little bit more berry picking. Yeah, I think we'll just get as close to 200 as we can, and next time, it's going to be time to go. I'm so nervous and excited, but I'm really proud because I think we've done a really great job. We've conquered this island, in my opinion, and now it's time just to pick the little ones who are going to go to the next island and carry on the next generation. So, I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.